Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Krysia. Thanks for joining me today. It's going to be another foundation review. This particular one I had no intentions of trying and I didn't purchase it, but I ended up getting a deluxe sample with one of my Sephora orders. It is the new foundation from NARS, Light Reflecting Foundation. And while I initially was very curious about this foundation, I remember seeing some pictures as I was kind of scrolling through the Sephora review section. In some of the pictures, it just kind of looked a little bit too, not full coverage, but it definitely didn't look sheer enough for my liking. When the deluxe sample option came up, I was like, yeah, for sure, like I need to try it. This is the makeup after all is said and done. Of course, we're going to do a full application, one side brush, one side sponge. We'll go over close-ups, before, after makeup. There's going to be a wear test for you guys. And we're going to see how it goes because my current true love is the DIOR Forever Matte. We'll see how it goes. If you guys are curious to see how this foundation works on my 42-year-old dry combination skin, then just keep watching. Okay guys, here we go. So before we apply it, I just wanted to show you guys, I have a deluxe sample of it. I actually wasn't going to review this foundation and I don't have good luck with NARS foundations. I find the Sheer Glow was, again, not sheer enough for me. Like it just felt kind of oily or greasy. The Radiant foundation, it felt too silicone-y for me. So I don't know. I just feel like I haven't had a lot of luck with NARS bases. The tinted moisturizer too, while we're complaining about NARS foundations, I just found it actually quite drying. I didn't find it to be a moisturizing tinted foundation. I really found it to be super dehydrating. So this foundation is actually supposed to be 70% skincare. It has some interesting ingredients in it, one of them being milk thistle, which is very interesting. Sort of a liver antioxidant. I've never really known for it to be, you know, purposeful in skincare. It is definitely something that's really, really detoxifying for the liver. So maybe it's a detox for the skin, I don't know. They're also saying Japanese lily turf supports a strong skin barrier. Cacao, peptides, and milk thistle. They're saying minimizes the negative effects of blue light and environmental stressors. It's supposed to have a blurring effect. It's supposed to just kind of fill things in, concealing dark spots, a pseudo hybrid of makeup and skincare. If we think about it, that's what the DIOR Forever Foundation, the latest edition, came out saying. And I love that foundation, you guys. It's so, so amazing. The DIOR Matte Forever Foundation. I reviewed it as well, so I'll definitely link that in the description box. Today, we're talking NARS. On one side, I'm going to use a brush, and on the other side, I'm going to just kind of apply it all over and then just sort of finish it off with a sponge. So I have it in the shade FIJI. And I feel like it's going to be a spot-on match, you know, with my neckline and just kind of like décolletage area. I love these little spatulas that come with these deluxe samples. I just feel like it's the perfect way to just dab it on. If you've been watching me for a while, then you probably have a good sense of what I like in a foundation. I like it to feel lightweight on the skin, and sheer to medium coverage is sort of the max I'll go, is a good medium. And so far, this is applying like butter. It's not overly creamy. It's definitely more on the watery side. So far, so good. Has a glow to it. Okay, I really like that. So let's go ahead and apply it on the other side. Just gonna kind of blend it in. And then use a sponge to finish it off here. The sponge, I can already tell, is shearing it out, which I like, and it's giving it a serious glow. So it already has a glow, and then with the sponge, wow. You guys, I can't be obsessed with another foundation. What is going on? This is so pretty. If you've watched my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin review, you would have seen that when I first applied it, I did appreciate how glowy and juicy my skin looked. What I didn't appreciate was how heavy the foundation looked and how quickly it grabbed onto powder products. And that's going to be the test, because this glow is reminiscent to me of the sort of like initial look of the Beautiful Skin from Charlotte Tilbury. This feels way lighter though. I mean, that one felt super, super emollient and quite heavy on the skin. I am appreciating how light this one feels. Okay, I'm a little bit closer. Let's take a little bit more of a look. So this is the side with the brush application, and it is a little bit more of a heavier coverage. So I'm getting a decent straight up medium, I think, with one application. It is giving me, you know, good coverage. And it's not like it's accumulating, but it's just, you know, it's covering. Like it's a good medium with a brush application. It still looks very much melded, you know, with my skin. It doesn't seem like it's separating or separate sit on top type of foundation. And then this side is what I prefer. So a little bit more sheer than with a brush, of course. And I feel like it's more glowy. It's setting down already, you guys. It doesn't feel tacky really at all, even though it looks kind of like it's, you know, quite glowy and shiny. And I don't want to apply a second layer. Lately, that's what I've been doing in my videos, is not applying that second layer, because I don't usually do that. I'm getting into my 40s and I don't want a ton of foundation. I just want a good kind of like solid, evened out base. And then I'm going to go in and conceal where I need it. And I feel like that's just going to keep it looking a little bit more youthful, dewy, glowy, you know, all those good things as we get older. So I'm really liking it so far. It feels very light on the skin. I'm not feeling any heaviness. I'm not feeling any tightness. I'm not getting any gathering anywhere, even though I haven't set it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead, put on a touch of concealer powder, do the rest of my makeup, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, I'm back. Rest of my makeup's on, and I'm so impressed. You know, the beautiful skin from Charlotte Tilbury was okay. And then I tried the DIOR Forever Matte, and that one just blew the Charlotte Tilbury out of the water. And now this NARS one is just like, I don't know, it's, you know, competing very well with the DIOR right now. So we'll see how it goes. They are slightly different, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this one is definitely more glowy, and I feel like this one is just that little bit more moisturizing. You know, the DIOR was not at all drying, but it definitely wasn't moisturizing. It was just neutral. It just didn't really do anything either way. This one definitely does feel like it is kind of pseudo skincare, I'm not gonna lie. It does feel very comfortable on the skin and quite moisturizing on the skin. So we'll see how it wears, you know, because any glowier foundation sometimes tends to break apart or go too shiny too fast. Let's do a quick close-up. So as you can see, it is very, very beautiful. I feel like it's just perfectly adhered to my skin. It's not separating anywhere. It doesn't look like makeup. It actually looks very, very skin-like, in my opinion, and definitely just has more of a glow than, of course, the DIOR matte. I'm just really impressed. Now, I'm gonna go ahead with the rest of my day. I'll, of course, check in with you guys at the end of the night just to see how it wore, to give you my final thoughts. I'm very curious myself. The DIOR is like my true love right now, and this one's kind of competing with it a little bit right now. So we'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys in a quick little bit. All right, guys, I'm back. So it's been about 6.5 hours that I've been wearing this foundation. I've been through kind of like a decent amount of more intense wear. I lied down on this side of the face for quite a while with my one daughter. Like we just kind of took like a pseudo nap. And so I did kind of like squish my face a lot on this side. I wore a toque, so I had some of my toque kind of rubbing my forehead, scarf as well. So a lot of contact with like materials and stuff like that. I feel like this should have rubbed all off, and it hasn't. I feel like this side of the face should be really patchy and rubbed off, and it isn't. This foundation is wearing beautifully, you guys. And any oils that I have here, I feel like they haven't gotten more so. I didn't set it down very, very much to begin with, just to test it out. I feel like whatever little bits of shine or oil peeking through that I had upon initial application is kind of really where it stayed at. And it looks very intact, very, very intact. A little bit more glow than I would say the DIOR Forever Matte, but not a ton of extra glow. I think it's still a very natural skin-like foundation. Here's a little bit of a close-up. So again, really intact. I do get texture here, which it is clinging on to just a little bit. So it's worn really, really well. The question is, do I like this foundation more than my latest love, the DIOR Forever Matte? If I had a choice between the two, I would go with the DIOR. And it's very, very minimal, the difference, but I still feel the DIOR is just that little bit more natural looking on the skin. So it's just that extra bit less makeup-y per se. And I wouldn't call this makeup-y compared to, say, the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin. That felt very makeup-y. It felt very heavy on the skin once the rest of the makeup was on. This one does not get close to that, but it's not as lightweight, I would say, as the Dior. That one is still more lightweight, almost becomes one with the skin. This one does, for the most part, you know, really kind of adhere as well and become one, but not as well. If there is some texture kind of like I have here or anywhere, it does start to cling to that into the day. Now, it doesn't break apart, it doesn't look overly oily or anything, but I do notice where I usually get that sort of like clinging, almost like slightly cakey effect happening. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen for me in this area, and it is happening just that little bit with this foundation. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. It's getting super late in the night, and we're actually celebrating Valentine's Day today. Yes, in my sweatshirt. It's actually the 15th, but my husband's cooking for me today. We're gonna enjoy a nice kind of like lobster tail scallop steak dinner at home, which is really, really exciting. Have some wine. So I'm gonna go and do that and meet up with him so we can kind of chat while he's cooking. I wish you guys all the best. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys go today. Let me know down below if you guys tried this foundation, and maybe if you've tried the Dior as well. How are your thoughts when it comes to both foundations? Also, I wanted to leave you guys with another video, and it's going to be the Dior Forever Matte Foundation. Such a gush fest with that one, but I really enjoy it, and I do feel that if you watch this video, you may want to see how that one performed, just to kind of get an idea of which one you may want better if you are on the hunt for a new foundation. I wish you guys all the best, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.